perfect. Nobody's here yet. It gives me time to go to the other phone. Go to TikTok. Go live. Okay. That one there. This one here. Tiffany's the first one. Hello, Tiffany. I'm doing this double live thing. Hello, whoever else is there over on YouTube. TikTok going live right about now. Then, let's see, mirroring the screen so my shirt's not backwards. Can't do that over here, can I? Wait, can I? Let's see. No. Okay, what else did I need to do? Oh yeah, share it. Sharing it to Facebook. Live on TikTok, all right. Sharing it. Hello, whoever the hell's there. I'm doing this. I have not found a piece of software that shares to multiple platforms well. I've tried a couple of them and just not satisfied with them. And I tend to keep my old phone to save it till my kid needs a new phone just for like a gaming device and stuff. So I have two iPhones here, and I just figured, all right, well, I'll just go live on two different devices. It might be confusing when I look back and forth like this, but there's nobody on TikTok yet here, so that's good. Oh, somebody's over there. Hello, Sharma. We're live on TikTok and YouTube at the same time. What the hell is your problem? Okay, hold on. I'm having connection problems on YouTube. The next Witch School class got posted already. You can still join it. It's November 2021, level 1. It's still available at gumroad.com/witchschool, which is, of course, WITCHSKEWL. Hello over there on TikTok. Hello over there on YouTube. Two separate devices streaming differently. But the only difference is my shirt's backwards on YouTube, not backwards on TikTok. Says the connection's good. All right. Well, we're just looking up, people jumping in and out. Apparently, I might be overclocking the connection using two different devices on it, but we're live on YouTube and TikTok doing the little thing that we call Ask Uncle Birch. I am Uncle Birch. I teach witchcraft for a living and coming to you live from New Orleans. We are losing connection over here on TikTok. What the hell? I think I'm stressing the connection too much. Let's see. Lost connection. Good connection. Okay, we're back. Well, this ought to be interesting. So I'm looking back and forth on the different screens. I got YouTube to the left of me, TikTok to the right of me. Coming to you on my Uncle Birch 2 account, which I think just says Uncle Birch now because my Uncle Birch account on TikTok got permanently banned. 65,000 fucking followers, and they banned it because the Christians got organized against us. But I'm not whining about it. I'm just staying up in their faces. So hello on both sides of the fence. If you want to watch this live later, you can go over to YouTube where it will be archived. But over here on TikTok, it just disappears when I'm done. So if I don't know where you're from, let me know. I always like to hear where people are from. I don't know that I've ever done a live Tuesday afternoon this time of day. It's a different crowd than usual. I'm having a connection problem over here on TikTok. Okay, stand by TikTok. All right, well, that's why I pay for unlimited data. Let's see if my data, unstable connection, lost connection. Oh my goodness. Can you get your shit together? Seriously, TikTok. I've got 5G over here, and it's not doing anything. Okay, I got a good connection over on TikTok. Hello, TikTok. Hello, YouTube. Let's see, YouTube's still working. No questions over here. So basically, you got a question about witchcraft or magic, any type of magic, fire away, or whatever the hell else you want to talk about. Like I was just answering over on YouTube, my November year-in-a-day course just started, and I'm accepting signups all the way through the month of November. You can find that at gumroad.com/witchschool, which is, of course, WITCHSKEWL. The class is level 1. November 2021. Do not sign up for the wrong class. I hate when that happens. Hello, Love Mifro. Hello, Jamala over here. Hell yes, I'm vaccinated. I got 3 shots, man. See, when you're the best thing smoking ever did for me, it got me my first vaccination early, and then it got me my booster early. You know, being a smoker and over 55, it bumped me up on the list. My kid's slated to be vaccinated this month, his vaccinations. Been waiting for that. The messages from the school every day and worrying. His careful. We are in New Orleans proper, and in Orleans Parish, very careful. They're very careful. Our next class is out for the June 2021 year and a day students. Not yet. I'm uploading September right now. So I'll go in the house in a bit and press send on those, and then I think June's probably after that. But tonight, I believe I'll get everybody's classes. I think I have 6 year and a day courses, level 1 courses going right now, and 2 level 2 courses. So busy internet connection at my house. What's my zodiac sign? Cancer. Cancer. What? Leo rising, Aries, Moon, something like that. I don't know. I always forget. Usually when Marta's here, she fills me in on what my sign is because I'm not that into astrology. I do enough astrology to make my magic work, but that's about all I'm into. I don't do charts or anything like that. I've had my chart done. Cool, I'm jonesing. Okay, yeah, it should be out most likely tonight. Oh, thanks for all the likes over here on TikTok. Um, yeah, so the June classes will be coming up. I started just putting out the whole months of classes at once, so you'll get all 3 classes for the month of November and whatever other stuff. Invite Manwich to go live. I would do that, but I don't know. Manwich isn't always wanting to go live. Hello, Manwich. There's Manwich over at the our shop, the lovershermeticsupply.com. Check it out. Actual magical products from people that know what the fuck they're doing. That's always good. So got a decent amount of people on each format. I'll be looking back and forth because I do not like most of the software that puts you on several social medias at once. I haven't found one that I really like. Feel free to let me know if you know one that works well. But I happen to have 2 iPhones here. So I'm on YouTube over here and on TikTok over here. I'm in the new course, is the new course the same as the entire first level in advanced? No, absolutely not. That's an older course, and I am continually add to my bag of tricks. So that was the version of the year and a day course I taught close to 7 years ago now when I started that course, and the advanced course that I was teaching about 7 years ago. But 7 years of more tricks in my bag of tricks. I have to. So in a couple years, I'll reshoot, redo it again, and then bundle the old course. I bundle them for the millennial witches because they like to binge watch stuff and don't want to take a whole year and a day to do something. So you got to give the people what they want. But again, I was saying, thelovershermeticsupply.com. Check it out. Silver Moon, I'm good. How are you? Lovely day in New Orleans. It was like cold for, cold by New Orleans standards, like 60s something for like about a week, and now it's like 70 something, so it's pretty nice. Yes, that's why we're here, is ask a question, Silver Moon. We're doing Ask Uncle Birch on YouTube and TikTok simultaneously. So I'll keep looking over here. YouTube requires me to hit the screen every so often so I can see. All right, I haven't missed anything on YouTube. Waiting for Silver Moon 1111 or 111 to ask the question. And hello, all you people joining. Uncle Birch coming to you live from New Orleans, where a guy that teaches witchcraft for a living belongs. My ex-classmate hexed me for no reason. That's why my mom had a car crash. Oh, well, I guess you didn't directly ask the advice, but I consider that a question. I this what is considered black magic is very debatable at this stage of the game. So that's not an easy question to answer anymore. It was, once very black and white, but the terminology of black magic tended to be stooped in racism. So it isn't a term that's used that often anymore. Um, so I'm trying to figure. Okay, it was over here on TikTok. So Silver Moon, get over there. Look up Uncle Birch on YouTube over here where these people are, and if you look up how to break a curse. A video. I shot that video 3 different times on 3 different devices because some of my early videos didn't work well on smartphones or the audio didn't work. And eventually we figured out that if you plug in your headphones, it works. I don't know why, but some of the older videos, the audio was just all fucked up. You should not put a spell on her too until you do the thing over here. Break the curse. Also, I should put out, if you're going to go watch How to Break a Curse, also watch When You Banish, You Must Invoke. It's really fucking important. And if you fail to do that and grok that, you can remove the curse and then it'll come back. You get like a week or two off, and then the curse will come back just like it was. After you get clear of that and invoke something, into your space that's, good and that kind of stuff, then you can look at counter magics. But, when you're under the curse, it's not a time to curse because everything's just going to go fucking wrong, right? Now, the things that you would need to do about how to break a curse, you're going to need to do where your mom lives. Maybe you guys live together. I don't know. But that quite often happens. If you're, yeah, nature abhors a vacuum over here. See, they know. Um, uh, but curses tend to get on everybody in the house, in the area. So anybody that's living in the house, they need to be protected. Anybody that's anywhere near you or comes into contact with you when you're under an attack, they need to be protected, especially, kids, animals, that kind of thing. Yeah, definitely look that up. It's pretty easy to understand. You can always contact me at witchschool@gmail.com with questions, or if you want to schedule a reading or something like that. Um, Last month was really busy with readings. I've got a little bit of openings this month because we're after Samhain, but witchschool@gmail.com, which is, of course, WITCHSKEWL. Uncle Birch coming to you live on YouTube and TikTok simultaneously, so I'll be looking back and forth at the different screens. Can you see my question? What is it? Rebel Bruja. Getting asked like, anybody ask you about the Travis Scott thing yet? No. Is that where the stage collapsed or whatever? The concert where a bunch of people got killed? No, nobody's asked me about that. Why? What are your thoughts? See my personal note. See my personal note. I've never seen that icon before. What do I do? Click on that? I'm going to click on that right now, right in front of y'all. No, that didn't do anything. I used the Witch's Tarot. Unfortunately, there's a couple decks called the Witch's Tarot. The Witch's Tarot that I use on the back of the cards is a black background with a silver pentagram, which black and silver were the colors of the craft as I was trained when I was a kid. I think I saw something over here on YouTube. They're touting it as bringing about the new satanic panic. What, the Travis Scott thing? And is that the musician? I don't follow a lot of these. I don't follow popular musicians at all. That's the new satanic panic. I mean, the new satanic panic, I think, would be the E.A. Koenig thing that's going on. He got deplatformed from YouTube over here. And I'm not sure that I agree with it. I'm not a fan of his, but I don't agree with what was doing to him. It's been circling. Really? It's been circling TikTok. It was a satanic ritual. I don't know about that. Unfortunately, TikTok is probably very full of QAnon people. I first came over to TikTok was when I heard about the conspiracy theory that somebody was over here trying to hex the moon and the Fae. And I've yet to find that. Either that person went away or it never happened. It seems it was an urban legend on TikTok. There's a lot of people talking about the fact that it happened, but you couldn't actually find the person that allegedly was trying to curse the moon and the fae. Okay, what's going on over here on YouTube? Um, you haven't really read about it. Allegedly, satanic rituals were involved. I have no idea. And they call it, those people call everything Satanism. And while I hate being called a Satanist, I would be much more offended being called a Christian, because the Satanists, all branches of Satanism have a better moral code than Christianity. Um, Hello, Power of the Occult. I actually was just watching your video right before I went live over here. Watched your video over here on TikTok. Well, okay, you're on YouTube, so you can see it. I'm live on TikTok and YouTube right now. Yes, hexing the moon. Yeah, but never found it. What I did find was a whole bunch of new witches that like to call themselves baby witches, um, exposed to a bunch of people teaching absolute bullshit over here on TikTok. Absolute bullshit. There was like a handful of people that weren't full of shit. You know, like I like me some Mama Sunfire, even uh, Witchfoot was teaching good stuff. She got, ran out of TikTok, probably similar to what's happening to me on TikTok now. But I'm not so easily gotten rid of. However, I'm spending a lot more time on my other platforms, which is why I'm over here on YouTube right now, because I will not be subject to TikTok just deciding that I can't talk for periods of time. I will keep making alternate accounts. Follow me on TikTok on Uncle Birch 2 and Uncle Birch 3, because I'm not going to get my old account back of 65,000 fucking followers. But I will also be on my Instagram more often now. I've been starting to go live over there. That's Uncle Birch underscore witch. Uh, Witchfoot is still there under the name Proof of Witchcraft. Okay, can you tag me in one of her videos or something? Because I am, smoking pot all those years. I don't have the greatest short-term memory, so I'm trying to remember a lot of the people that I was following on TikTok on my 65,000 member account, and just slowly remembering people that I want to follow. One thing that I did notice is that. When I started with a new account and I was still tagging stuff like, witch talk and witches of TikTok and that kind of stuff, the people that come up on my For You page, the majority of them are witches, but they're not witches I ever heard from before using those same tags. So I'm on a different part of the algorithm, and most of the people that I used to follow, until I start following them again, aren't showing up. So it is. The Christians trying to run me off of TikTok has made me reach entirely new audiences. I have to thank them for that someday after I'm done fucking with them. Witchfoot still has TikTok. She's focusing on her shop, teaching a lot. Yes. Oh, and somebody was asking about earlier, are the classes the same in my year and a day course? The same as my old year and a day course. One of the big differences now is I teach a section in that class called Shopcraft. I teach you how to open a shop, how to make your own products, brewing techniques. I even give away some of my recipes, my trademark secrets from my decades in business. Tag me on Uncle Birch 3. Okay, cool. I will look. I'll go over to that account, check it out. What was I going to say? But the whole section, because I've been in the retail occult business for a very long time, was not a businessman. So I made every mistake that you could possibly make and had to fix it, which makes me some sort of expert. Then I'm on TikTok, and I run across one of the students in that course, Manwich 3 over here, and I could tell right away that he's a fucking great student. He was implementing everything that I taught him, and then things that he added to it. He took it another step, which is what I want my students to do. Don't just fucking repeat me. Make what I taught you better. And that's what Manwich was doing. And I don't have time to run an occult store and make all your shit these days. So we entered into an alliance. And now the Sacred Grove, my shop, and the Lovers Hermetic Supply are one. And they, even the Lovers Hermetic Supply came out to Hex Fest this last year, where we actually, first time we met. Um, and things are going good. And it's, if you, maybe you over there on YouTube, older customers of mine will love the new setup. 2 week turnaround is pretty common and usually not even that long, and still magically timed products by magical practitioners that you don't have to wait 2 and 3 months for. Like that's the thing. It's like when I had to do it, it was taking 2 to 3 months a lot of times to get orders out, and that's just not a good business model. So I had to stop doing that. Yeah, I celebrate Yule. I also celebrate Christmas because I think if we only celebrate the winter solstice, we're celebrating the death of the sun god, and the sun god is reborn 3 days later, which happens to fall on Christmas, which is where they got their entire mythos for Jesus. One of the things they borrowed from us. I can see a lot of occult magic channels and people on YouTube has a lifespan. I don't know. A lot of people start here, and some come back, but some don't. Um, it just doesn't, it doesn't work for some people. Some people are not meant to do that. Clearly I've been meant to teach witchcraft since I was 13 years old. Figured out what I would be doing my entire life at 13 years old. I didn't accept that. I had many other jobs on the side, but always this and always teaching witchcraft too. Um, Now, I've been on YouTube well over 10 years, and I think the only people that had seniority over me that were teaching magic have passed on. They're not here anymore. Like, God, I can't even remember their names now. Tiptoe Witch and Ancestral something, something, something. They were on there longer than me. Um, well, hello, Gypsy, new to my stream, and God, I can't see the gray on white. Gypsy Heart and Turta. Hello. Welcome to my stream. I'm Uncle Birch. I teach witchcraft for a living. I'm live on TikTok and YouTube at the same time, so you'll see me like looking back and forth and reading things on different screens. Frederick Xavier some years ago, and he was talking about good stuff about you. Yes, he's one of our customers at the new shop too, the lovershermeticsupply.com. And Frater X is a bro of mine. I need to get a hold of him this week because I was going to have him on Widdershins, like, God, almost 2 years ago, my podcast Widdershins, which you can listen to over here on YouTube or, many of the places that you get podcasts. And never figured out a time and just kind of lost track of that. So I can and will try and get Frater Xavier on Widdershins, and it'll be a fucking hell of a show, hell of a show. Gypsy will do. Okay. I couldn't wrap my head around that one. Silver Moon, joined, you were already here. Oh, you went over to tag me again. Yeah, well, you can't see Frater Xavier. It's an audio podcast, which is, why it's possible to get him on there. I'm one of the only people that knows who Frater Xavier is, what he looks like. I will not tell. And I have not told. See, Frater Xavier has it's a good philosophy, but it's a different philosophy. The philosophy of mystery. The mystery surrounding who he is part of his persona. So he never shows his face. That's literally all I do. I sit in front of the camera and talk to you. I have no special effects. Rarely ever am I using a green screen or anything like that. So we get along great, but our philosophies on that are kind of opposite. Hey, Lilith Immaculate over there on TikTok. How are you? It's his thing to be hidden, absolutely, absolutely. And he's got production value and music cutaways and graphics. And, like, you'll never see Uncle Birch doing a fucking PowerPoint. Matter of fact, you take my classes, when it comes time to show you something, it's likely on a fucking piece of paper with a magic marker that I'm holding up to the fucking screen. Low tech, low tech. um, Partially, something happened to me when I was 9 years old. I learned not to talk about it with my Catholic parents, and it was apparently my awakening into witchcraft. I sat with that till I was about 13 years old, when it became an entire philosophy, a spiritual practice, and maybe even a religion that I thought I had created. When I was 13 years old, by a weird set of circumstances, I traveled long and far to a nearby town to find this witch store, and just never left. I started ditching school, spending all day there, reading books, reading books. Eventually, they, kicked me out of a couple junior high schools. This went on through the, beginning of high school, and I started getting kicked out of high schools, and even though I was very young, they invited me. I was probably close to 14 by then when they invited me to take a class. And they had rules like everybody else. You had to be 18, but I was a latchkey kid, so pretty much an emancipated minor without the paperwork. It was something that, look up latchkey kid. In the 80s, we pretty much raised ourselves. We were broken homes with parents working way too many jobs to actually have anything to do with our upbringing. The Big A pentagram was a high production. What are you talking about? No, that was literally on a fucking piece of paper with a fucking magic marker. But yeah, yeah. Somebody did actually do that. It's probably still out there, but somebody did my Big A pentagram method from YouTube as a PowerPoint. They tagged me in it. I watched it. I thought it was pretty cool. But so yeah, so my formal education was late in my 13th year, maybe right around when I was 14, and eventually I was in Long Beach, California, and I just stopped going to school. I don't recommend it, kids. Stay in school. Eventually I went back and did some college and shit, but at a certain point, there wasn't anything in school that interested me except for history and science, and I had great grades in those, and. I got kicked out of so many high schools. The last one to send me to was the continuation school in Long Beach that would become Snoop Dogg's high school maybe 20 years later. So in the hood. And I was really tight with the Crips, so it would have been okay, but it's just like, am I really going to do that? Am I really going to start another school that I'm not going to go to because I'm over here studying witchcraft full time? Fuck that. I took the GED, got out. Later I went back to college and took, some college courses and stuff, but technically I dropped out of high school to study witchcraft full time. I'm not recommending that. Stay in school, kids. Uncle Birch coming to you live on TikTok and YouTube simultaneously, so you'll see me going screen to screen. As I was saying, I don't like most of the software that you get that puts you on several formats at the same time. I haven't found one that works well for me, but I happen to never get rid of my old phones. I pass them on to my kid. My kid doesn't need a new phone yet, so I have I think there's my iPhone 11 over here, and then my 12 Pro Plus over here. So doing them both on two different screens. Well, if you take people taking my level 1 year in a day course at gumroad.com/witch school, WITCHSKEWL, the class starts in Hollywood. Very loud. We lived in it was a penthouse condo overlooking the Hollywood skyline and freeway nearby. It was very loud, lots of helicopters going by, all that shit. And by the end of the class, the last several classes are here in this backyard in New Orleans. But we moved here, I think, 2 months before the world shut down. So 2 months before lockdown, we came to New Orleans. We got to go to, I think, 3 of the Mardi Gras parades. And then Marta saw the writing on the wall, and she said, "You know what? we're not going to any more Mardi Gras and we're staying the fucking home. And then the orders came, about a week later or so. Everybody got to stay the fucking home. So luckily we got a big house with a nice sized backyard. You could stay out of each other's hair and things. um, all right, OnlyFans Zoe's gonna masturbate again today. All right, well, thank you for sharing. That's good. Um, the good old days, yes. That's awesome. Yeah, so now we're actually getting to experience New Orleans. This is our first Halloween that was actually Halloween in New Orleans. Is to do all the decorating, all the parties. We had the Halloween parade happened in the French Quarter this year, and I was able to take my kid trick or treating. So, New Orleans Halloween, Samhain. Um, they say it's bigger than Mardi Gras. I don't think we reached that level this year, but it was pretty fucking insane. So hopefully getting back to normal. I have all three of my shots. My wife has all three of her shots, and my son's scheduled to get his shot because he's 11. So they just approved the shots for the kids. I love when I visited in 2019. I think. Yeah, I think that's when I came here first. I came here for Hex Fest 2019, which was in August. Fell in love with the place. The town got its hooks into me, and by November, right around Thanksgiving, we were here looking for a house. And I didn't tell anybody. I had a couple good friends here in town, Huda Semois and Christian Day, that were helping us with advice on where to look, how to follow the floodplain map. So there's a lot since we moved here. I have noted a fuckload of witches moving here, and we had a fuckload of witches before, and all kinds of other practitioners too. You got your hoodoos, your voodoos, your doodoos, all of them, just flocking here. So one of the most important things, if you're ever thinking of doing that, is the floodplain map. If you there's certain places in town that have never flooded, and that's where you want to go. Then your house isn't going to flood during hurricanes or anything like that. You won't pay an exorbitant amount of money for your flood insurance, that kind of thing. And now we've been through two major hurricanes and all of the weather in between. We are now locals. But so by November, around Thanksgiving, we're here looking for a house. I did over there on YouTube, you've got my spell to get a home. I did a ramped up version of the spell to get a home, pretty much that spell on steroids, that if you're taking the level 1 year in a day course, I teach you that ramped up version of the spell towards the end of the class. And it's really interesting how it all came together, because it came together from portions of another part of that class. I'm not going to give any spoilers or anything. But by January 9th, we're moving in. We're pulling up out front, moving in. So the fastest move I've ever had. Magic follows the path of least resistance. There was no resistance. This town wanted us badly, apparently. Book recommendations for beginners. For all levels, I'd say Google Uncle Birch. You find my Amazon influencer page, which I made because people always ask me that question, and rather than have to probe my brain all the time, I just started making me a recommended reading list. And then there's like magical tools and all kinds of other stuff on there, but it started with the reading list. Definitely for a beginner, I'm going to say Buckland's Complete Book of Witchcraft is a must-have. If you just get Buckland's Complete Book of Witchcraft, you won't need several books for a while, and you'll probably save a lot of money, because Buckland teaches you how to make all of your own ritual tools, even your athame. He teaches you even how to make ritual wine and mead, and I think beer too, how to make incense, how to make oils. So it's like, if you do it yourself, you save a lot of money. Now, if you're not a DIY person, well, you get over to the lovershermeticsupply.com and get it from us. Let's see. I had one whole trick-or-treater this year. They know we put curses on the candy. I cursed all mine so I could keep it. She's a raunchy crowd over here in YouTube, man. You baby witches, stay away from them. Older kids. Salem is way too overrated. If I could choose, go to Louisiana. Yes. Well, I wouldn't. I wouldn't go to Louisiana. I'd go to New Orleans. New Orleans, nothing like Louisiana, except we all have voodoo and hoodoo and stuff like that. But New Orleans is rather blue. In most of Louisiana, they're resisting mask mandates and vaccine mandates, and in New Orleans, we didn't need them. We had them. We eventually got them, but everybody was already getting vaccinated, and everybody was already wearing masks. We were wearing masks and getting vaccinated before anybody told us we had to wear masks and get vaccinated in New Orleans. The rest of the state, not so much. You know what I'm saying? Yes, New Orleans. But yeah, I thought of that. It's like, where should a guy that's been a witch his whole life and been teaching witchcraft his whole life, and his main living is a teacher of witchcraft, where should that person live? It'd be either here or Salem. Salem, it's cold. I don't like the northeastern vibe, and quite frankly, there's way too many witch wars in Salem. They're constantly, always attacking each other. And they have a church there that's opposed to their existence, that they should focus their efforts on attacking that church. But we just do stupid stuff sometimes, man. Here in New Orleans, not so much. A little bit here and there. But you know what's really beautiful in New Orleans? You move to New Orleans, you will never have to listen to the words cultural appropriation again in your life with regard to magic and spirituality. It just doesn't exist here. It's just not a concept. We happily mix everything together, and everybody's having a good time doing it. Yes, Salem's too white for my taste too. There's that. I like the fucking culture of New Orleans, and that's not necessarily the white culture. Um, I couldn't live in Salem. People there are rude. Yeah, yes. Let's see. Hello, dear.
Finally figured out how to get into Comic.
Oh, cool.
He's got his own, he's got to be in the 5th grade quarantine class, and it just kept defaulting to my account, and I was like, it was just, like my account, like when we did math, and I'm like, I'm not seeing how to do this. So I emailed the teacher, and then I was like, well, so like next to my name, it had like a couple notifications. So I clicked on that, and it was like, Quintel Washington has added, blah, blah, blah. So then I clicked on that, and then it's in there. But she happened and then as I was typing, disregard my last email, figuring out, she sent me an email saying, can you call me, like with her phone number?
Oh, cool.
But I was like, we're in, thank you.
See, mine is Let's Go Bannon. I don't randomly repeat Republican talking points like that.
Are you on? Are you?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
It's cool. I'm on
sorry.
YouTube and TikTok at the same time.
Sorry, guys.
We've had to
homeschool today.
Yeah, we've had to refigure out how to homeschool because the entire 5th grade got put on quarantine like yesterday. All of a sudden,
their science teacher.
All of a sudden, the kid's home, and we got to remember what we were doing like a year ago. Yeah. Well, Marta had to remember what she was doing a year ago. I got 2 questions for you. Do you still sell your chimarutas, and where can I get the neural program? I wish, there's a couple similar products I've seen on the App Store that do some of the stuff that the neural programmer did, but the neural programmer went out of business.
You have coffee?
I don't think so, but you can check the pots.
Drink something.
Well, I can get you something.
A savage.
So I wish I knew where to get the neuro programmer. The woman that makes the chimarutas doesn't want to wholesale them anymore. I was trying to get them carried at a place here in trying to get them carried here. Should I go to June 2021? What you talking about, Love Mifro? You're talking about the current class that just started? Well, that's November 2021. June 2021 class has been happening since June. So that's over at gumroad.com/witchschool, WITCHSKEWL. Power of the Occult just schooled you. And I think Power of the Occult's in that class. So I got quite a few TikTok people in my newest class, and Um, I've got one whole class of about 50 TikTok witches. That's about maybe halfway through the class now. So I'm hoping we are all going to affect TikTok. My system, the Circle A system of Magic's prime directive, is to covertly affect all known occult systems by our interaction with them. So we will hopefully do that. We don't homeschool anymore. Well, now we do actually for the next week or so. His school, we were scared about it, but his school was very fucking careful. My kid, yes, you can still sign up for the November class all the way through November. So go over to gumroad.com/witchschool, WITCHSKEWL. Look for level 1, November 2021. And click on it and join the class. And you're supposed to, right when you join, get the classes that already came out this month. If you don't, let me know at gumroad, or I'm sorry, at witchschool at gmail.com, WITCHSKEWL. Yeah, so his school is really careful. They test him every week. Serious mask mandates. The majority of the staff was vaccinated, but somehow the science teacher got COVID, and so now the entire fifth grade got put in quarantine. Now, our kid's fine. It's just now we're having to learn how to homeschool for the next week or so. Um, I don't know why, but I like your vibe. Well, why question these things? I definitely remember his class. Oh, you got it yourself. Oh, shoot. I definitely remember his class. There's more information in a shorter amount of time than most people I've seen. Cool. Over there on YouTube. So, Uncle Birch come to you live on TikTok and YouTube simultaneously. If you want to, there's something you
You get
miss.
to hear about our personal business.
You get to hear about our personal business. If there's something you miss, and you want to watch this later, it'll be archived over there on YouTube, because over here on TikTok, as soon as I turn it off, poof, it's gone. Devil shoestring or master root for protection? I'd say master root. Devil shoestring more for binding, pulling things to you. Think of it like a string, that kind of thing. Although
Yeah.
devil shoestring can be
Form
used
of
for protection.
attraction.
Yeah, devil shoestring can be used for protection, but I think I'd like master root better, because it says got master in the title. It's so weird, but my shirt's not backwards on TikTok, but it's backwards on YouTube. They don't have a mirror function over there. Okay, I'm just reading all the different stuff. Cactus, yes. Cactus can be used for protection. Pretty much thorns. Thorns can be used for protection. They can also be used for hexing. But, the majority of the things that can be used for hexing can be used for protection. Did you know that? I had somebody come into my shop one day and leave us the dumbest fucking Yelp review. I never took Yelp reviews serious, because it's usually where my competitors would talk shit, and this was, a friend of one of my competitors. And she was complaining about all of the black magic products in my shop. And it's like, you dumb fucking twit. Just the fact that you're ignorant should be your own problem, not my problem. Well, shit. Somebody just signed up for level 2. Did you mean to sign up for level 2? Level 1, November 2021. If you accidentally signed up for level 2, go ahead and leave that, and then contact me in email, and I'll send you a discount code to make up for the class that you just paid for. You got to get into the level 1, unless you meant to get into level 2. Yes, but yeah, the ignorance of somebody to not know that most things at least have a dual purpose in craft. Most magical objects. And like I was just saying, most things that can be used for protection can also be used for hexing, and vice versa. I can protect you with graveyard dirt. I can mix graveyard dirt with a couple other things and make goofer dust and fuck you up. I can also use graveyard dirt, to call my ancestors and that kind of shit. My relative found a coin that had different color strings on it nearby their house. Can you tell me what it could be? No, I don't know what that is. Anybody else know a coin that has color strings on it? I don't know that. See you around, Uncle Birch. Infernal blessings to you, Lilith. Um, I'm going back and forth, screen to screen over here, trying to keep up on things. Let's see. Yes, I don't know what that coin could be. Let's see what's going on YouTube. Greetings. Give thanks for all the information you give. What medicines, rituals, strategies would you recommend to learn or understand languages? Right away on this, you're over here on YouTube. Um, I would look up on my channel, when you banish, you must invoke. It was, it's extremely important, and in my day, all witches knew that. I've had to make videos, and I think I recently did that on TikTok, or I meant to. I need to do that on TikTok again because, I lost half of the stuff, or more than half of the stuff that I taught on TikTok when they banned my account. I need to get that video back up there. Their life is already well. Wait, wasn't it your mom that got in the car accident? Yeah, so they need some definite cleansing. All right, you got in the right class. Okay, so send me an email, unless somebody else just joined the class. Send me an email at witchschool@gmail.com, WITCHSKEWL. I'll get you a discount code for the, so it won't cost you twice. Yes, Aunt Birch, yeah, Auntie Marta. Yes, she does magic too. Rather volatile magic, I might
Oh,
add.
shut up.
Volatile is a good word, man. Yes, we met when she wandered in my witch store one day. I've seen feng shui coins with strings on them. Oh, oh, like an actual string. Yeah, there are feng shui coins. I think it's the I Ching, or I Ching, and they hang a string through the little square in the middle. Does that sound like maybe what you're talking about there, Silver Moon, like that kind of string? I've only seen red going through those coins, but it's not really my practice. Um, do you think it's true if you cannot hex, you cannot bless? I think it's a good saying. You need to know both. You need to know how to do both. That which can kill can cure. Um, absolutely, I think you need to know both. Power of the occult is also only seen red. Okay. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Those I Ching coins do that. So Uncle Birch coming to you live on TikTok and YouTube. Looks like we've been on for like 48 minutes. Get a little countdown or count up over there. Follow if you're not following me on TikTok. I guess follow if you're not following on YouTube, but I think that's how you got the live notification in the first place. A lot of red and green strings. Well, I've been on a tangent of teaching classes called a cultural similarity, because I think we need to change the conversation when we're talking about cultural a similar. I don't even know what the word is right fucking now, but I think that magic and spiritual cultures shared ideas, and a lot of those ideas were actually born on the wind and seen in the wild, and indigenous and pagan cultures all over the earth came up with drastically similar ideas, and sometimes exactly the same ideas. A universal is a red string for protection, and green strings and gold strings for money is pretty common. But that universal red string for protection I've seen in countless cultures. Often I'll see it tied around the left wrist or the left ankle. Also, a traditional protection bag was a black bag with red string tying it together. Yeah, I got the notification on YouTube, but TikTok still won't notify me. Yeah, we're here on TikTok. You gotta like go to my profile, and up at the top there's a little bell. And if you hit that bell, you get a choice of, being notified whenever I go live. So if you like this kind of stuff, you don't want to miss this kind of stuff. TikTok changed it. I used to just get notified all the time when people go live. Now you have to manually set that up for each of the people that you might want to see their lives, and it's a fucking pain in the ass. I heard you can use any color for money because it comes different colors around the world. Yeah, but that's not necessarily why green is used for money. Green is used for money because money comes from the element of earth, and that's why it became so popular. But wealth is gold everywhere. Taking a picture. Yeah, get a picture of the coin and I don't know, tag me in a video or something like that. It is not just what matters to you. Certain colors stimulate certain portions of our subconscious. There are frequencies behind the colors. Each color vibrates with the frequency, and the frequency triggers a certain portion of our subconscious mind, and in the subconscious mind is where the witchcraft comes from. So there's a reason. There's a reason. Always know the reason before trying to change things, add things, subtract things. Know why those things existed in that format in the first place. Over here on YouTube, what would you suggest for people to start learning about these topics? My channel right here. There's some other people out there. I mean, if I follow them on YouTube, they're probably decent. If I follow them on TikTok, they're probably decent. But there's a lot you can learn right off my YouTube channel. And if you can't afford the formal training of gumroad.com/witch school, WITCHSKEWL, I have I believe it's an 8 class intro to witchcraft course on YouTube. It's older, of course, but some of these things just don't change. I thought green was for money because the dollar is green color. No, no, a lot of people think that. I mean, it happens to work. I think that they made the dollar green colored in the United States because the Masons knew that it was of the element of earth, and earth is, often represented in green. It can also be brown, it can also be black. That's also earth. But green somehow became popular. Yeah, some people got like rainbow money. Hello, hound. The fuck are you barking at? What the fuck are you barking at? He's gonna stare at me. Let's see, I miss anything over here. Uncle Birch coming to you live on YouTube and TikTok at the same time, so I'll be looking back and forth. No. I'm sorry, Tiffany, I'm going to have to disagree with you. Intent is not everything. Intent is very important, but it is not everything. The laws of nature are everything. If you intend not to fall off a cliff and walk off the cliff, you will still die. Nature does not give zero fucks about your intent. And you can't just sit around and intend things to happen. You have to make things happen. So proper intent and proper action, still not everything, but large things. But that is a statement often made by new witches that's just, oh, you're fucking with me. Okay, so you knew that. Okay, well, good. Well, it's just still, you brought up something that needs to be repeated over and over and over and over and over again. I was given a fleur de merit pendant. As can't find out anything about it. Huh. Well, you can send me a picture of it. I will look. Fleurs are often based on the New Orleans symbol, but it's a French thing. Yes, everybody caught Tiffany's sarcasm except for me. Okay, cool. But it is something I have to repeat every fucking time over here. So good. The TikTok witches got to hear that. We got a lot of your more older and seasoned witches over here on YouTube, and then over here we got a lot of young witches and baby witches and that kind of thing. Which is like I was saying earlier, that's one of the reasons I ended up staying on TikTok, because it was necessary. It was needed. It's still needed. Even though the Christians trying to get me kicked off of TikTok, it's not going to happen, man. I can make new accounts all day, every day. Gmail's got plenty of new email addresses. All I need to do, set up a new email address, set up another account. I now have Uncle Birch 2 and Uncle Birch 3 over here on TikTok. Follow me on both of them because when they put me in jail on one of them, I'll be on the other one. And I'll keep going until I have Uncle Birch 666 if I have to. Um, I don't think much about the Illuminati. It's one of the original conspiracy theories. you start you start getting into conspiracy theories, you could end up like a QAnon person, and that's a fucking dark road to travel, man. Someone told me before you do a spell, ask why you're using that ingredient, an item. It really helped. Yeah, that's good. That's good. I would do divination on each item. I'm gonna do a spell. I was like, okay, I got this candle. It's a candle gonna work well on the spell? Do a yes or no reading. If yes, I'm gonna use it. Okay, and I'm gonna put this on the candle. Should I do that? I do a reading on each component most times. Sometimes, intent is not on everything, and it's not do whatever you feel. But after you've been doing it 40 plus years, you can feel your way through most craft without having to look up shit in the book. Is it 45? That's Christ. I thought it was JFK. What? Yeah, JFK is going to come back. Make Trump president. I've been researching Goethe's light experiment and theories, which contest Newton's. Any specific thoughts about cyan, magenta, and yellow color associations with metaphysical concepts? Well, like I was saying before, everything's got its own frequency. Everything, and you can gauge that frequency. You can actually register that frequency on a machine. So, a harmonic of the frequency of whatever you're going to do. So you want the frequency to either be the same note or a harmonic of the goal in question, the harmony between the objects and the goal. It's a bit headier for a lot of the TikTok witches, but yeah. Illuminati motion detection on the camera. Okay. The Illuminati died before. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it was a conspiracy theory from the 80s that all witches and members of the occult were members of the Illuminati, even though they didn't know it. And, Christians often say that, oh, you're worshiping Satan, even though you don't know it. It's like, no, that's not how worship works. You can't accidentally worship something. That's not how that fucking works. You can't accidentally be a member of something. It requires joining. Advice for getting creative with words. I have a class called Spiritual Warfare Creating an Army on at gumroad.com/witch school, WITCHSKEWL. I'd maybe look at that. Similar ideas can be found on Meet the New Gods, I believe it's called over here on YouTube, one of my videos. Going back and forth, I'm getting news alerts on both phones. I'm doing Uncle Birch coming to you live on TikTok and YouTube at the same time by use of two separate phones. So I've got two separate screens I'm working on right now. But I thought this would be kind of a cool thing to do, and it's turning out pretty cool. It's keeping the question going. If I always got a question over here, it just keeps coming. But be sure and follow me on TikTok if you're not already following. Also follow me at Uncle Birch 3. My backup account. Well, actually, this isn't my backup account now. This is my main account on TikTok because Uncle Birch, my account with 65,000 fucking followers. Christians got organized, got me. The algorithm on TikTok's just all fucked up. It's like every time somebody flagged a video for a violation of community standards, I'd file an appeal, and every time I won, which should negate the community standards violation. If you win the appeal, then you didn't violate community standards, but a separate algorithm on TikTok counts all of your community standards violations, and those still existed even though I won all of my appeals. So I got my account permanently banned for multiple violations of community standards, which again should not exist. TikTok, you suck. Your algorithm sucks. And it's because you pay fucking programmers dirt. Nobody's doing their fucking job. Now, over here on YouTube, that doesn't happen too often. You can also find me at Instagram at Uncle Birch underscore witch. I've been spending a lot more time there lately and going live. And I'll probably, you know, one of these times I'll go live on one here and do Instagram over here. Maybe I'll do YouTube and Instagram. Who knows? But this opens up all kinds of things I could do. And it's just good that I don't get rid of my old phone, apparently. I can't get to the website. Can you help? Which one? Gumroad, like gum on your shoe, .com/witch school, which is spelled WITCHSKEWL. That's how I spell witch school. So whenever you hear me say witch school, that's pretty much what I mean, because my last name is Carell, but I am not a Corellian, and they were the first to use witch school on the internet, the proper spelling. So I don't use that. I spell it like an anarchist spells school. WITCHSKEWL. So gumroad.com/witch school. Maybe somebody could throw it up on the screen for them on TikTok. If you could, that'd be great. See if I missed anything on YouTube. Alrighty then. Oh, I'm getting likes on Instagram right now. I've had an Instagram for years and just never did anything with it. Oh, thanks for throwing that up on the screen. Oh, so Damon Faines over here, and your Power of the Occult over here. That must be weird. Is there like an echo? Or are they like, you know, how do I sound on two devices at once? I'm good. How are you, Angie? Uncle Birch coming to you live from New Orleans, live on TikTok and YouTube simultaneously. And it's 10 and 10. We got 10 over here. Now we got 11 over here. See my personal note. Again with the personal note. I clicked on that before. I didn't see any personal notes, so I don't know. You're omnipresent. Yeah, very good, very good. I think that New Age damaged traditional witchcraft. Absolutely. I coined a phrase called a cultural appropriation. That's when New Age stores have witch shit in them. They don't know what they're fucking doing with it. I heard of indigo children. That was a big thing in like the 90s and the 80s. And I don't really know what I think about that. But when I wandered into the witch store at the young age of 13 years old, unbeknownst to me, they were on the lookout for kids around that age that had a certain awakening point. And we were like the equivalent of the indigo children of that time period. And later, years later, I had this guy wandered into my witch store, and he asked me if I could make a certain incense. And he named the incense, and I said, huh. Well, that's an incense from the Eye of the Cat in Long Beach, California. That's where I went to witch school. Yes, I do know how to make that incense, but I will not make that for you because it's theirs. And this kid tells me this story about when he was 13 years old, and he ended up, you know, getting brought into this witchcraft tradition, which was my tradition, Druidic Craft of the Wise, and he started working in the back of the shop and making incense and oils and things, and he told me my life story. I had this kid standing there telling me my life story as if it was his. Turned out it was his life story, and turned out before me there was another promising 13-year-old that followed that same path, and probably after him there was another one, or maybe at that point they were down to the indigo children and they're, you know, bringing them in at 8 years old or whatever it was. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, indigo child is kind of a new age term, but they probably, there's nothing new in the new age. They just borrowed everything, cheapened everything, and while cheapening everything, made everything really expensive. Back in my day, you get like a fucking huge fist of quartz crystal points for 50 cents. Nobody wanted them. Unless you're a watchmaker, a radio maker, or a witch, you didn't want them. Then the new age came along. You can get 1 point for 1995, shrink wrapped in plastic. Oh, hold on now. Let's see. You get to be blocked. Let's see. How do I do this? Hold on a second. We got a wannabe preacher over here, man. You don't get to do that. I know more about God than you'll ever know. Oh God, guess you just do that, and you're blocked. And bye bye. Okay. Thank you, God was blocked. Oh, that looks nice. I like to hear that. God hasn't given up on me. Motherfucker, I'm a priest. Shut up. Mikey needs to write his memoirs. Yeah, I probably should. It's Wade, tell Marta, and the kids that miss him. Oh, okay, Wade is Witch Please over here. And I think, okay, I know who you are on Instagram too. All right, I guess you're just never coming back to Facebook, okay? Hello from Texas. I'm good. Things are good over here. How about over there? It's winter's coming. Hopefully your power grid holds up this year, man. I'm from your old account. Oh, good. I am getting people from my. Well, I see. I'm getting a whole new audience. The Christians accidentally did me a service. The audience that I'm reaching on TikTok now is all different people. They're all witches because I use all the witchy tags, but the people showing up on, following me and the people showing up on my For You page all tend to be witches, but different witches than I used to see. And I tend not to see the witches that I used to see. So I slowly remember who they are and look them up and follow them. But while trying to get rid of me, the Christians made me reach entirely new witches. So I always love when it works like that. Hello from down under, Obsidian Light Archer. Coming to you live from New Orleans on YouTube and TikTok at the same time. Obsidian Light Archer. You're in my witch school course. Which session? Like November, January, June, September? I forget all the ones that I have. But if you're in the course, your class is probably coming out pretty soon. Today's the day that I send out classes. So right now, I think I'm uploading them to September. And when I get off from here, I'll click publish. Then those classes will go out, and then I'll keep going down the list, uploading them all night long. So you'll be getting your months of classes, whichever course you're in. And there's still time to join. Over there at gumroad.com/witchschool, WITCHSKEWL. Level 1 November 2021 class. Still accepting signups all through November. June. Okay, I think you come in. I think you probably like about an hour or two they'll be coming out. It takes a little longer. Like at the beginning of the class, I hadn't learned how to compress my videos, and so the first 2 months of the class, each class is like 5 gigs or something like that. So it takes a long time to download. Bear with me. After a couple classes, I up my skill level. I was wondering if I could sign up for level 2, but I haven't finished level 1 yet. I do have people doing that. It's not unheard of. I've quite a few people taking level 1 and level 2 at the same time. So you can do that. If you're taking my level 1, well, that's definitely acceptable basic training in witchcraft. Oh, April. Okay, well, that's still, they're all coming out tonight. I'll be uploading them. Every time one finishes, I start uploading them more. Someone told me not to take my psych meds because it quote unquote ruins magic. No. I don't know which meds you're on, but I don't think that's true. Most of the fucking population's on fucking psych meds. Yeah, don't listen to internet doctors because they are not. Okay, I think I've actually heard from you in the email about that. You were signed up in April, bad car accident. Okay, well, cool. We'll catch on up. I've got people from 7 years ago suddenly started turning in homework, so clearly I'm not, pressuring you. You take the class at your speed. You can do it all through your phone. Um, some people just move at a slower pace than others. And psychotics is not true. Yes, 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 yes. Antipsychotics is not true. Yeah, but whatever the case, it's like, don't listen, don't take medical advice from people that are unqualified. It's like all these anti-vax people. If you fucking, you know, I think some of the original anti-vax shit was some fucking doctor on YouTube, and then somebody did some research, found out he's a fucking chiropractor. You know, you become a chiropractor. I think it's like fucking a 8-hour fucking seminar or some shit, man. It's not fucking hard to do. What? You hear me patting the hound. The hound is leaning into me, which is a dog hug. We call it a dug. Show him your nose. Tick doctors, absolutely. My partner is the Norwegian who has the Yggdrasil tattoo on his arm. I've got to figure out what the kid's name is that's putting on Cauldron Fest. If anybody knows, let me know, because I need to follow him again. Because I'm supposed to be teaching at Cauldron Fest this year, and that's pretty much how I've been in contact with him. But I just don't remember a lot of people's names. So since they got rid of my, they banned my old account, I'm still finding some of the people that I used to follow. What is this shit with your personal note? I swear, next time one of you people post about the personal note, I think I'm just gonna have to block you. I think you're spamming my fucking live. I think that's what's going on. Unless you want to explain what this personal note is. I've seen that a couple times from a couple different people, and I'll just fucking block you. Don't do it again. If you say, see my personal note again, I'm gonna block you. You want to explain what this personal note thing is, I'll give you a chance. If I see it again, over here, this is on TikTok, I'm gonna block you. It's kind of like these people over on YouTube. They like to get on my videos and plug that they know some spellcaster that's gonna do love work for them for 1995 or blah blah blah. It's like, you do not use my shit to promote your shit unless you ask me. Okay? Did they do it again? Oh, you know what? They did. Okay. Bye bye, baby. Let's see. So I think I gotta hold it on there. No. There we go. Okay, bye, Felicia. Boom. All right, and we got people visiting the shop. Check us out at thelovershermeticsupply.com. That's my shop these days. I partnered with the Lovers Hermetic Supply, so the Sacred Grove and the Lovers Hermetic Supply are allied. She also tells me I should grow more plants because she watched the plants and roots classes. Well, that's actually good advice. I mean, I always say start with 5. Find 5 plants that are going to, meet the basic things that are going to come up. So something for cleansing, something for protection, something for love, something for money, etc. And if you have room to grow, either in pots or in the ground, grow those things. Commune with those plants, get to know them. If you can eat them or drink them, eat them or drink them. Bathe in them. Do everything to commune with those plants. But if you're growing them, they're always going to work better for you because you have supplied them with sustenance. You've given, and then they will give. It's the oldest craft law. For everything that is taken, something must be given. And you again, block. Bye, other Felicia. Okay. So it's very similar address to the last one, but different profile picture. I have the worst green thumb. I kill almost every plant. I do have pretty strong rosemary bushes. Rosemary, grows almost everywhere, and it's excellent. You can use rosemary for curse removal, protection, blessing. It's really good for memory. It's in most study oils, and I've even seen rosemary used for money. Okay, now I want to ask about this personal note. LOJK. I can't resist anything except temptation. Yes, that's pretty true. Felicia has a big family. Tried to grow herbs for justice and protection, warding, healing, painful magic. Well, it's one of the things that I'm really excited about since we moved to New Orleans is I get to grow my own Abre Camino. If you want to do road opening work and you don't have Abre Camino, you're not doing road opening work. You have to have Abre Camino, which literally translates to road opener, um, and it needs this kind of humidity. Now, Manwich over there managed to grow it in Oregon, but I believe that he started it indoors with like a hydroponic system or something like that. But he managed to get it done. But it wants humidity, absolutely. So I'm at about half my battery on TikTok. Once it gets a bit lower, I'll have to go. There's other stuff I should probably have to do as well. Mandrake, poppy seeds, mustard seed. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, actually, I might be able to grow mandrake here. I know they grow it on the East Coast, a little higher up the coast. I know there's somebody that was growing it in Salem. I'm not sure. Haven't looked into that, but I might be able to grow mandrake. I've tried growing rosemary for years, never had any luck, so I need to buy a starter plant. It's usually better to buy a starter plant. A lot of stuff just will not propagate by seed, and they're weaker plants. The plants are, if it gets cold or something like that, it'll kill the little plants. Blood magic, painful magic. Oh, very cool, very cool, very cool. It's going over here to YouTube. Mine are growing well from starter plants from the Southern California desert. Thinking I need a greenhouse. Huh. Well, I don't know about the desert much, but I've seen, rosemary hedges are pretty popular in Southern California. Yeah, we have an indoor hydroponic system where we're growing like greens for salad and random stuff like that. And, I germinate a lot of my seeds in that. It's a smart garden. It connects to the internet and tells us how the plants are doing and all this stuff. Um, and so I germinate them there, then bring them out and transplant them. 16 years, right on, right on. Uncle Birch coming to you live from New Orleans. We're live on TikTok and YouTube. If you want to, something you missed here, you want to watch it again, it'll be up on YouTube over there. Just find me on YouTube. Just, Google Uncle Birch and you find all my shit. You like the Misfits shirt? Yes. I have a couple Misfits shirts, but yes. Oh, The Damned. The Damned is going to tour in the spring. They've got to come somewhere near here. They should definitely come to New Orleans. Well, speaking of The Damned, my favorite singer is going to have to be Dave Vanian, of course, of course. A Damned fan from way back. In my first marriage, when I got divorced, I only fought for the Damned albums. There was 32 Damned albums. Little did I know that digital was going to come later, and I could later get all of those on CD or download them off the fucking internet. But I'd spent, a lifetime collecting Damned albums, and I wasn't going to let that bitch have them, basically. I should have held out for alimony. She was going to have to pay me alimony for 5 years. And it was a very ugly divorce. I should have taken the alimony instead. I got a bunch of Damned albums that eventually got, destroyed or lost, and could have, easily replaced them. No, I don't think I've listened to Lungfish. Oh, wait. Get off of my screen, you fucking spammers. Oh, now you maybe have an unstable connection with your spam call. Fuck you, man. I've taken notes from your YouTube videos and saved them in my homework document. Yes, my daughter's been doing that. She's studied some of my YouTube stuff. Spent a lifetime growing up in the back of a witch store and never cared about that shit. And then something happened in her 20s. And since she, is named after the ultimate witch queen of them all, seemed like it'd work. Seemed like that'd happen eventually. Sure enough, it did. She might be in one of your classes. I'm not going to tell you which one. My YouTube's Uncle Birch. I need to set that up. I used to on my old TikTok account. There was just a little play button under my profile. I need to set that up. I'm starting over here on TikTok. Went from 65,000 fucking followers to a banned account, and I'm like somewhere 2,000 and something over here now. I'm saving the notes for my kids. Eldest is named after Celine. Cool. Selena. Cool. I've known a couple people named that. Hello over here on YouTube. Haven't missed anything on YouTube. So yeah, you can find me on YouTube. You find the live I'm doing now will be saved, and then over here on TikTok, when I press stop, it will disappear. Okay, you guys are having a conversation back and forth. All right, I think we've got rid of the spammers over here on TikTok. They're blocked. I should have blocked the guy that said, let's go Brandon, because that's a Trump supporter, and I just need to block them all the fucking time, Trump supporters and Christians. Yeah, I did amass those quickly, but when I first came on TikTok, I amassed them quickly too. I think on Uncle Birch 3, I was like at 50 followers last I looked. But yeah, I'm starting over, and I'm seeing different witches than I used to see, and I'm reaching different witches than I used to reach. So the Christians, they did me a solid, I guess. I'm still pissed off at them, and I'm still going to, organize to ban every problematic Christian account I can on TikTok. All you got to do is get a few friends together. And when you see one of them, share it with your friends, and you all go over and report their account. It's not that hard. They can do it, we can do it. And we should. Been far too long we've been, shat on by Christians. We need to shit back. Yeah, see, the Brandon thing's so stupid. It's like, we had a rap song, man. Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck Donald Trump. What, you fucking snowflakes can't say fuck? It's your fucking problem. I always just respond to, let's go, Bannon. Let's go to jail, motherfucker. But that's a little political, I guess. Yeah. Well, Wesley did go to jail. I helped to do that. She went to TikTok jail for a while, but they didn't permanently ban her account. So keep it up on Wesley. Wesley doesn't get a pass. Wesley was the first Christian on TikTok I ran across that was attacking witches. And she's got several videos. So if they're attacking witches, if they're being, racist, homophobic, stuff that Christians like to do, over here on TikTok, just, go to their video and tag, at Uncle Birch 2 on their videos, so I'll see it. And then I will get people from over here on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and all of my TikToks to go report their fucking video. Yeah, this is wait for the plane to go by. When witches don't fight, we burn. I'm clearly a fighter. Go over to TikTok and watch my video called Feel Free, and tell the story of another of my aspects. I am good, River Lily Ross, or Rose. I'm good. Coming to you live from New Orleans. I'm on TikTok and YouTube simultaneously on 2 different screens, so that's why I keep looking over here and clicking on the screen. Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't understand what "Let's Go Brandon" was at first either. But then, once I did, it's just stupid. It's like, we will absolutely say "fuck Donald Trump" all day, every day. Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck Donald Trump. You all, can't say fuck. Dang, I was so busy I forgot to curse my Halloween candy this year. I've been checking out more of your Wittershins podcast. Love you there. Oh, cool. We got years worth of archives over there at Wittershins. My next project, hopefully I'll get on that this week. I keep thinking about it. I don't think we're probably not doing Wittershins tomorrow. We tend to do about every other week. I want to get Frater Xavier on. And I almost had him on one time, and then I was moving and kind of lost track. Now it's been like a year or two. Um, if anybody can get Frater Xavier on, I can. And I want to, because that's going to be a hell of a show with serious fucking ratings. All about ratings, man. You just found me on the For You page. Okay, good. I'm showing up on the For You page. Well, that's the thing. Like I was saying, the Christians got my main account banned. And, I use the witch talk and witches of TikTok and occult talk and witchcraft and pagan as hashtags. So those are the kind of people that tend to show up in my feed. But the majority of them are not witches that I've known, that I've ever run across on TikTok. And a lot of the people following me are not people that were following me on my old accounts. So the Christians, by a hook or by a crook, make, made me reach an entirely different audience on TikTok. Somewhere I'm in a different algorithm right now. Yeah, I even do the Wicca one. Small town. Yes. And you never got the notification. Okay, so over here on TikTok, you can do this now or do this later, but if you click on my profile, up at the top of my profile, upper right hand corner, there's a little bell. If you click on that bell, you can change your notification settings to always get notified when I go live. And then they made it to where you got to manually do it. It used to be people just, showed up, signed up. You signed up for the class? Okay, cool. Cool. All of everybody's classes is coming out today. From Tennessee, Baby Witch. Cool. Tennessee. You know where Spencer is? I'm going to be in Spencer, Tennessee, April fucking something. I got to figure out when that. But Cauldron Fest. Cauldron Fest is coming. I've never been to Tennessee. Coming to speak at Cauldron Fest. If you Google Uncle Birch, you'll find my Amazon influencer page. I have an extensive reading list over there and probably have something for what you're asking over here, too. With freezer spells, could you wrap the jar in foil to reflect back anything? Yeah, people, it's even a cheap way to do a mirror box. You get the shiny side of the foil and smooth it all the way out and line the box with that. That can work for a mirror box. So you can use that foil for mirroring things. Gladstone, Central Queensland, coast of Australia. Huh. Well, we are getting ready to start performing mass initiations. We have about 300 people, and some of them have been waiting for like a couple years to get initiated. We took a break from that, so trying to wrap our heads around how to do that, because we have a lot of people in Australia, but there's probably, Australia is a big place, but I got enough. I got enough students in Australia over the years. You guys could start your own like chapter over there. That's where I got the idea from, the mirror box. Yes, I've done that myself actually. Cheap way of doing the same thing. Oh, okay, you guys are talking back and forth. Okay, I'm checking over here on YouTube. I swear I know many occultists named Frater. This one or that, I can't keep their names correct. Yeah, I got a couple Fraters in my class. Yeah. You're teaching. Yeah, I've been teaching for 40 plus years, roughly. My current classes are at gumroad.com/witch school, WITCHSKEWL, and the most current class is the November Level 1 2021 class, and I'm accepting students in that class till the end of November. It's $35 a month for a year, and I really have been supposed to have raised my rates for the last like couple years now, and I was getting ready to last year, and then COVID happened, so I didn't do that. So probably within the next couple classes, I'm gonna do that. I think you should come to Ireland. Having oh, you're in November 2021. Okay, I think I knew that last time I saw you. Having a very healthy amount of Irish blood, I have oft said that I will never visit my homeland of Ireland, because I'll join the IRA. I know I'll do it. I'll find the fucking IRA, even if it ain't the IRA. Whoever's fighting for the freedom of fucking Ireland, I will go and fucking join them. So I should just stay away. It's not what I'm a father and stuff. I need to you know not be a militant revolutionary. That was 15 years ago or so. My militant revolutionary phase. Blessings, Uncle Birch. Thank you for all you do, for real. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's over on YouTube. I'm doing what needs doing. That's why. Okay, right on, right on, right on. Sporting the Irish flag right over there. So yeah, one of my favorite songs. And we got a lot of songs that we play on my podcast, Widdershins. Um, there's a certain one that I really like to play because it's unknown history. Most people don't know the history um, of the St. Patrick's Battalion in the Mexican American War. Irish immigrants arriving here on our shores were immediately conscripted into the army. And that was like part of the requirements for them being allowed into the country. And they, being very Catholic, they had a problem fighting against Catholics and saw all the atrocities being committed against the Mexican people by the American army. They switched sides. They fought on the Mexican side, the St. Patrick's Battalion. Um, one man's God, there's a movie about it. Actually, if you over here on YouTube, if you look up St. Patrick's Battalion, the song, um, the one of the versions of the song has a movie playing in the background, and it's actually a movie about the St. Patrick's Battalion that I'd never seen before, and was able to find it and watch it, and it's really really incredible. Of course, I know the Wolf Tones. Are you kidding me, man? Christy Moore. Christy Moore was my introduction into Irish music, and Christy Moore is uh, very pro IRA. So Christy Moore is probably the guy that turned me political and turned me into a militant revolutionary and influenced my music quite a bit. And you can find that over here on YouTube. If you look up on my page, Uncle Birch, if you look up the band Just Kiddin', Kiddin, you'll find a few of my songs that I posted to YouTube. I made, pseudo little videos out of them over there on YouTube. But a few of my most militant songs are over here on YouTube. You can check those out. That's when I went by the name Phil Free. And if you go over here on TikTok, you can find the video about one of the stories of Phil Free and how you just can't get rid of Phil Free. And TikTok's going to learn that. I love Lorena McKennitt, but God, who was the other one? She sang in Gaelic most of the time. It was very much like Lorena McKennitt, but Gaelic. God, what the fuck was her name? And it's that same kind of, easy listening kind of music. Spirit Witch. That Spirit Witch has some rebel blood in her. Oh, yes, she does. Because she won my kids. I don't know if she had that before, and that's why she became one of my kids. But yeah, she is. I think, yeah, she's in level 2 now, I think. Enya, thank you very much. I knew both places, Enya, at the fucking same time, really? Okay, yes, Enya, absolutely, absolutely. I knew somebody was going to get it. But yeah, I liked her better than Lorena McKinnon. I'm mutuals with Spirit Witch. She's awesome. Yeah, I just met her for the first time at Hexfest. And you got to come to Hexfest. It's going to be in August again, 2022, here in New Orleans. Go to hexfest.com. Get tickets now because it's sold out. Like I think it was like 4 or 5 months ahead of the festival last year. And this is, it was the first time we were able to have a festival again. The vaccines were required. They're going to be required. I think they're required for you just to get into the country in the first place. But Hexfest this year, I'm actually normally locals who live in New Orleans only have to teach one class when they come to Hexfest because they're not paying for your plane fare and your hotel and all that shit. They tend to get their money out of you when they do that, which is right. That's a good business model. But I was talked into teaching 3 classes. And, they get paid for the classes. So, I was asked to teach 2 more classes. I'm going, I like money. I'm already going to be here in New Orleans, and if I'm not at Hexfest, I'll probably be home on TikTok and YouTube talking about witchcraft. So shit, why not get paid to do it? So, and I can't remember all the classes I'm teaching, but I'm teaching sex, magic, and beyond. And when I've taught that class in the past, and I always, add more stuff to the class whenever I teach it again, it blew some people away. Some of the techniques I gave up, some of the places I went, the information I disclosed in that particular class, it's it's still online at the last place that I taught it, and I'm still getting paid for that one too. Ancient Muse, yes, I like that one too. And there's I don't think they play anymore, but Incubus Succubus was always great. It's like gothic pagan band, it's like witch music that's not boring. There's not a whole lot of Fiona Horn has a couple bands. She plays some kick-ass witch music too. My sister, who has no interest in witchcraft, wants to go to Hexfest next year, so I'm getting her tickets. Cool. Right on. And that's Power of the Occult. I met him, Damon Fain, last year. I met a bunch of TikTok witches last year. I've hexed people using 3 times magic. Yeah. Well, it's one of the things that I bring up nowadays. Gerald Gardner was clear what he studied to lead him down his path of witchcraft to create the witchcraft that he created. And we know he borrowed very liberally from where am I going? Leland. Aradia Gospel of the Witches, or Aradia Gospel of the Witches, Aradia. Everybody says their name differently. But about the oldest witchcraft book we have about actual witches is that book, The Gospel of the Witches. And we know Gardner was studying that. The first time anybody ever heard the language of threefold was in that book. However, it went a little differently. It was like, when a priest shall have done you harm, you shall do him 3 times the harm, and do it in the name of me, who am queen of all witchery. That's the origins of your threefold law. Now, Gardner twisted it up on its head and made it an entirely new thing, but being that that's the first time that terminology's ever been seen in the occult anywhere, and we know he studied heavily on that text, we can surmise that Gardner got the idea of his threefold law from that text, but he did it, kind of backwards, pretty much. That was the goddess's daughter teaching you how to harm 3 times. There go the dogs. Gotta take politics out of religion. Yeah, that was one of the main foundations of this country, but then under Trump it got all fucked up. Now, I've said it before. Once the Christians in the United States were able to say that it was against their strongly held religious beliefs to make a cake for a gay person, to have a woman's birth control paid for under their medical insurance, and a host of other things as their religious rights. We're not a far cry from them saying it would be a violation of their strongly held religious beliefs to force them to suffer a witch to live. It's not a stretch. We went that far down the fucking pipe. But you know, now we got Biden, who's a fucking strong ass Catholic, but he's not playing that shit. He's not letting politics get involved in religion. And if I could speak to our president at this time, a suggestion that I'd have to make is, under Trump, they changed the law that a 501c3, a religious institution's tax exemption, would be taken away if they engaged in politics. That was always the way. It's like, okay, you can not pay taxes under your religion, but you get involved in politics, we're going to take that away, and you're going to have to pay taxes. Trump changed that. So now, we have one. It's the religion of guns, run by Sung Young Moon, the fucking Moonies in this country. The religion of the gun is a valid religion, and all they do is engage in politics. So that, I believe, was an executive decision by Trump. They just sign it, and I think Biden's undone the majority of those things that Trump fucked up the country and the world with. That would be my suggestion. That has to come next. Get religion out of fucking politics. If they want to be in politics, let them pay fucking taxes like everybody else. And that was, one of the reasons that I never went 501c3. My lawyer here in New Orleans says it's really easy to do here, and he wants me to do that. But back then you couldn't be political. You couldn't have a political stance, and I am not that kind of guy. I will get political. Hello, son. Hmm. Will you give me a couple minutes? And I'm gonna come in. Okay? Okay. That is the sound of Uncle Birch getting ready to leave the building and become Papa Birch. I'm gonna smoke this really quickly. Yeah, people got refused home insurance and denied because they spoke out against Israel. I mean, like that kind of shit. It's like, I am way anti-Israel. I am not anti-Jew. My wife's fucking Jewish, man. Most of my friends, Hudu Semois is fucking Jewish. One of my best friends, man. My lawyer's Jewish. All the best lawyers are. But to be against the policies of Israel does not make you anti-Semitic at all. Thank you. Bracelets, skulls on the left. Always, and I got a lot of skulls going on my left, clearly. Okay, you guys are talking back and forth. Okay, let's see if I missed anything on YouTube. New school does not want to hear this. Yes. Still hate being called a TikTok. A lot of my friends, they just can't understand. It's like, why are you fucking around over there on TikTok? And I said, because there's a need. I'm a fucking teacher of witches. If there was any place on the internet they needed some real witchcraft teachings, it's fucking TikTok. And I'm over here on YouTube doing it too. Yes, because it's needed. It's needed over here on TikTok. Man, those F-15s are serious shit, I tell you. I wouldn't know where else to go. Yeah, like I came over here because TikTok, because I heard about that somebody out here was trying to hex the moon and the fae, and I go, oh, what fuckery is this? And I never found that person. I don't think that person actually existed. I think it's an urban legend on TikTok. But I found a lot of people teaching absolute bullshit and a lot of people just sharing absolute bullshit, um, and had to step in. I'm an anarchist, and we have a saying, over here on YouTube, look up Moose Turd Pie. Watch this, it's a song, Moose Turd Pie, and you will see the anarchism in that. And the basics are, um, don't just complain if you're not willing to do something about it. If you're the person that sees that something's wrong, it's your job to do something about it. Unbeknownst to most people that are not anarchists, anarchy does not mean no government. It means self-government. An anarchist is anybody that doesn't need a cop to tell them what to do. An anarchist engages in personal responsibility. So if you're the one that notices the thing that's wrong and nobody else notices the thing that's wrong, do something about it or shut the fuck up. Throw your hat in the ring or quit bitching. Nobody wants to hear a fucking complainer. Been on TikTok for 2 years, Wichita side since July last year. Probably been about 2 years for me. My other account was 65,000 fucking followers before the Christians found me, and that's exactly why the Christians came after me. I was like, not only am I teaching witchcraft to these witches out here, I have a certain mannerism that vibes with people. And they get it. They understand. I don't fuck around. I don't woo woo everything up. Everything's not a mystical fucking experience. I'm just matter of fact about it, and that tends to translate well, and people understand it, and people learn better from me than a lot of other people. Unite and organize. Yep, don't mourn, organize. Joe Hill said that first. Well, over here on YouTube, people just keep coming. Well, I'm almost done here, kids. I'm gonna finish this cigarette, and then I gotta go do dad stuff, and I gotta do husband stuff, and dog owner stuff. Mouths to feed, basically, and so I'm gonna have to go do that kind of thing. But I've been wanting to come out here at a different time than I usually do and do this dual broadcast thing. We've been here live on TikTok and on YouTube at the same time. If you missed anything in the broadcast, you want to catch up on that, well, the TikTok broadcast will disappear as soon as I press end, but it will be over here on YouTube. So just find Uncle Birch on YouTube, and the first video on the list should be the one that I just did. This one over here. Literally doing it on two separate phones. I'm just getting stuck into my first class, right? Okay. Then I saw you're live. Oh, cool. That's funny. Well, that's that kind of vibe, because today's the day that I'm uploading all of the classes for all of the class. I think I have 5 year-in-a-day courses going right now. Will I be having level 3 for level 2 grads? Yeah. I'm toying around with that. Level 3 might only be for initiates. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that yet, but we're getting ready to do that. We're having to, wrap our heads around how to initiate people all over the globe at the same time. It's probably why I've taken off a couple years from performing initiations, because it's just, it's so different than the way I was raised and, I was initiated. But this is the world we live in now. This is this digital world. I've got students all over the world. That's why I don't teach like Zoom classes. I'm going to eventually teach some classes on Zoom, but right now, to get people on the same time scale just is daunting. They're all over the fucking place. All right, y'all. I got to get out of here and go do dad stuff. Again, over here on TikTok, if you want to know when I'm going live, hit my profile, and in the upper right-hand corner, there's a little bell. If you hit that little bell, you can change your notification settings to always be notified when Uncle Birch goes live. And then over here, I think if you're just subscribed to me on YouTube, you get the notification that I go live. YouTube hasn't complicated it like TikTok, and that's why TikTok success. Okay. And TikTok, you can keep fucking around like this, but I'm gonna be spending more time on YouTube. I'm gonna keep my channel going on TikTok as well, but I'll also be on Instagram more, at Uncle Birch underscore witch. Um, YouTube has shorts now. That was TikTok's claim to fame is, it worked because there's so many millennials that can only pay attention for 60 seconds. And it was always daunting. People going, how are you going to teach witchcraft in 60 seconds? I'm going, I'll do it. I'll do it. You just got to teach it little pieces at a time. I'll do it. Been doing it a couple years. Over here on TikTok, it can be done. I miss smoke a bowl with Birch. Yeah, I can't do that on TikTok. They'll kick me off. When I've done that on TikTok, I have to like lean off the screen and violate community standards. But maybe I'll do that on a time that I'm not on TikTok. But as our ancestors used to say, to remind us of the troubled times through which they came and the breadcrumb trail that they left you to follow in the ways. Merry meet, merry part, merry meet again, y'all. Ending that one. Now I'm going over here, ending this one.